Welcome to another edition of the Turnpike Sports Book Report. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We're here to give you a whip-around look at some of the latest news coming out of the sports betting industry over the past week. Press release at info@turnpikesportsradio.com. If you're watching us on TV, you can catch us on our Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV platforms. We're also showing the show on our website, turnpikesports.us. We're right on the homepage every Monday morning. If you're following us on audio, we have Pandora Podcasts, Samsung Podcasts, Amazon Music, and a whole host of other outlets for the audio for the show. This week, in our state and national reports, we got benchmarks to report from Michigan, Nevada, Rhode Island, Virginia, New York, and if we have time, we have some Texas numbers that are kind of interesting.
Texas numbers, okay.
Yes, not sports betting numbers per se.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Deals, we've got a DraftKings deal to talk about. We've got US Integrity. We've even got a BetMakers deal to talk about.
All right.
Industry updates, we've got two launches to talk about, one that has happened and one that could be happening,
Okay.
should say that way. And then we have an ESPN story as well.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to finish up the show with our legislative roundup with news coming out of Mississippi, Arizona, and Oklahoma.
All right.
We'll start our state and national reports right after this.
Attention. If you owe back taxes to the IRS, watch this urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by hiring 87,000 new agents to garnish your paycheck and put liens on homes and businesses. They can even seize your bank account. The IRS calls it enforced compliance, and now they have the manpower to get you. Penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily. So call One Stop Tax Relief Shop and get the IRS off your back. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. And no other tax shop gets you more or faster approvals. One Stop Tax Relief has resolved thousands of cases since 2014 and saved clients millions of dollars. Call now for a free consultation. Connect with tax professionals who get the IRS off your back.
Call 800-605-0688. 800-605-0688.
One Stop Tax Relief Shop.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Book Report. Starting off in Michigan. Michigan just reported their September sports betting numbers, and with that report, Michigan reported its second highest handle of 2023 with just about $476 million. It was $475.77 million.
So this is September, right?
This is September.
So this is really reflecting the start. Well, college football season started late August, but now, September is the college football and the NFL, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
State of Michigan also became the 12th state to top $3 billion in handle this year, 2023. State also passed $1 billion in all-time revenue, just click over $1 billion, $1,061 million.
That's a great market.
Yes.
I mean, not only for sports betting, but for casinos and online casinos.
And it's constantly growing, too.
And online poker, too.
Yes.
Don't forget online poker.
As well as we're talking about the Michigan online casinos, they crossed the $4 billion mark for lifetime revenue with the September report from the Michigan Gaming Control Board. Now up to $4.1 billion in all-time revenue. 33 months to hit that mark. That averaged out to about $124.3 million a month in revenue.
Wow.
Over in Nevada, they reported their September numbers as well. The state of Nevada recorded its third highest all-time revenue with just under $63 million. Mm-hmm. State also recorded its fourth month all-time with revenue above $60 million. The revenue was $62,297,000.
Okay.
State's year-to-date handle passed $5 billion. Year-to-date revenue passed $300 million. And the year-to-date tax revenue passed $20 million.
It's great news for Nevada, but the big news I'm hearing is how everyone's really upset about the F1.
Yes.
I mean, my God. Yeah, I was saying, look, it's a city. People live and work there, even beyond the gambling aspect of it, and it's kind of tying up everything. Huh?
Yes. Well, it's one of those things,
Yeah, well.
Year-to-date mobile handle for the state passed $3.5 billion. Year-to-date mobile revenue passed $150 million.
Okay.
September's handle was also enough to push Nevada into a little further closer to New Jersey. Not very close, but close enough to become the second state to surpass $35 billion in post-PASPA handle.
Yes.
Now, we all know Nevada has a lot more handle to talk about.
They had a running start.
Yes.
when it comes to sports betting and everything like that. So, we're talking post-PASPA right here.
Right.
So.
Nevada has $35.1 billion, and New Jersey, like I said, they're inching closer, but they're not going to catch it right now. $41.5 billion.
Okay.
That's the most. New Jersey's the only state that crossed the $40 billion mark.
Okay.
Over in Rhode Island reported their September sports betting numbers. They passed $80 million in all-time tax revenue. Year-to-date handle passed $300 million. Now, Rhode Island doesn't have too many books to offer.
Well, it's not a big populous state,
but it's making money.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Making money.
It's doing really great for the size it is.
Yes. Over in Virginia, the Commonwealth reported the sixth time their handle has passed the $500 million mark, and all 6 times have happened in the last 12 months.
Okay.
Right. Talk about that one.
There's a pretty good streak there. So.
Over in New York, for the week ending October 29th, FanDuel set an all-time weekly handle record, $274.7 million.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Jeez. Out in New York lately, the news has been DraftKings, but it looks like FanDuel came back with a fury, huh?
Well, speaking of DraftKings passed $800 million in revenue for the state, mobile. Caesars topped $4.5 billion in handle for the state. Fiscal year to date for the state right now, that began the week ending April 4th, $10 billion.
Wow.
In terms of handle. So that's only a couple of months out of the year. That's not the full year either.
We say this every week. The numbers out of New York are staggering.
Yes.
When before they started mobile sports betting, we thought the numbers were going to be incredible, and but seriously, I never thought it'd be this high.
No, so. and there's a chance here with the October numbers that we could be seeing maybe a $2 billion month.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. So.
The last note for the numbers segment this week, I mentioned Texas.
Yeah, what was all that about? I don't even know what the hell you were talking about.
There was a report by the Texas Sports Betting Alliance.
All right.
Which is all the pro teams and a couple other politicians.
And by the way, congratulations to Texas Rangers.
Yes, yes. From September 1st to October 23rd, according to this report of this year, 1.14 million attempts were made to place legal bets in the state. All of those attempts were blocked.
So wait, go back.
They tried to use legal sites.
Outside of the state.
Right.
They tried to log into.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All those attempts were blocked.
Okay.
According to the Alliance, that's a 68.5% increase from last year.
Wow.
So they're keeping track of all this.
And it's an indication of how much people want it in these states that don't have sports betting.
Yes.
So.
And during the last 3 games of the National League Championship Series, according to the Alliance, 20,700 attempts were made to place legal bets and blocked.
All right. Well,
so they're trying to make the case the state wants legal sports betting, and
boy,
I understand it.
Can you imagine how much money they missed out on because of the Texas Rangers in the World Series?
Yes, but who probably made a lot of money was Louisiana, some of the other states surrounding them. So
yeah, I'm sure people drove over the state line and placed bets.
Given the fact that 20,000 attempts were made during the last 3 games, I wonder how many more people from Texas actually crossed the borders to do this. That's the question I need to say.
Yeah, that'd be.
This is nice. This is nice.
That's an interesting survey. I don't know how people are going to do that or how accurate that'd be. But no, I'd be very curious to see how many people drove over, to
the bordering states to have legal
bordering
sports
states
betting.
and things like that. So it'd be interesting to see.
That's it for the state national reports. Let's head on over to some deals. Now, as we all know, Maine launched their sports betting industry last week, or recently. DraftKings, right before the state launched, announced it had reached an agreement in principle and, in fact, with the Passamaquoddy tribe, Native American tribe in the state, for an online sports book in Maine.
Let me tell you something. DraftKings rules New England when it comes to sports books. I mean, in New Hampshire, the neighboring state, they are it. I mean, they are the only sports book there. So, and DraftKings has its corporate headquarters in Boston. So, Massachusetts, it's doing very well there. So, when you're talking when you tell me New England sports betting, I automatically think DraftKings.
Well, the reason they made the deal, they just couldn't launch. They had the state regulations for sports betting and online sports betting require a deal with one of the Native American tribes before they can launch. Mm-hmm. This is the 25th state for DraftKings.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes. And also with the events that happened in Lewiston, Maine, they are donating $100,000 to the Lewiston-Auburn Area Response Fund to support those affected.
Very nice. Very well done.
So congratulations all the way around for DraftKings, the tribe, and also the fund there. Mm-hmm. US Integrity announced a deal with Bet99 up in Canada. That is one of the first deals for Bet99 in terms of integrity. They're also going to be looking at the dashboard from U.S. Integrity, also prohibits probably part of the deal here. It wasn't mentioned in the release, but that's always part of the deal. Mm-hmm. They're looking at preventing irregular and illegal bets being made.
Good.
BetMakers over in the U.K. has announced it extended its agreement with William Hill for horse racing.
That's a name I haven't heard of in a long time. I used to have William Hill on my my phone. What did it change to? It changed over to.
It became Caesars.
Caesars, yeah. Yes. So it's so that's the first time I heard it in a couple of weeks. William Hill.
Well, this is in the UK. The deal will continue to encompass delivery of BetMakers fixed odds solutions, content, and data to William Hill in the United Kingdom. Mm-hmm. Extension also includes the Price Manager fixed odds solution, which automated trading for the fixed odds segment of the sports betting, or race book, I should say, that they offer. And also they're going to have data services from right holders, content providers. So they're going to be even more in-depth and in partnership with William Hill.
Great.
Last note for the deals, we also have, since it's the holiday season coming up, we have MGM Resorts, the hotel chain, hosting the USO, the United Service Organization's Experience Salute to the Troops.
Nice.
Yep.
By the way, I'm getting all my Atlantic City Christmas events emails now. I got a whole. They have all I think every one of these casinos has the pop-up holiday bars and things like that. So it's kind of fun.
This will be its 13th year.
Okay.
It'll take place, the 5-day celebration taking place at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino. Mm-hmm. American Airlines will be flying out honored guests and their families for the event in Las Vegas. Hundreds of MGM Resort employees and other supporters will gather to greet the group that's coming out with a special wall of gratitude.
Nice. Very nice.
That's like a procession. It's not an actual wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
It's not a wall.
I was expecting a wall.
And so it's something they've been doing every year for, like I said, 13. This will be the 13th year for 12 years now. So it's always nice to see that.
That's one thing I haven't seen is Christmas in Las Vegas. It's one of those. I'm very curious. Number one. Is it warm? Is it cool?
They do get snow.
I see pictures of people in Las Vegas. They're wearing winter jackets, and it's. I'm curious what Christmas in Vegas looks like. Well, I mean, I've been to Christmas in Atlantic City and Philadelphia and things like that, but never, Christmas in Vegas.
First of all, they do get snow. And also, I think the cold is relative too.
Yeah, I think in the higher elevations, I would think.
Well, I've seen Las Vegas snow. People have put it out there that they've gotten snow at times, but it's not often.
They've gotten tons of rain this last year,
and lots of flooding. Lots of flooding.
I was shocked to see that, but no, I don't. There's nothing more beautiful around Christmas time than seeing casinos, all decorated and things like that. So it'd be interesting to see.
Spoken like a true gambler.
Yeah, right. Well, I always like Christmas in the casinos. They go every casino goes all out to really decorate really well.
That's it for the deals this week. We're going to talk industry updates right after this.
Every 40 seconds, a kid is reported missing. Find the Children provides educational material that teaches your kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs are very successful in bringing kids back home to their family. You can help protect our kids and bring the missing kids home safe by donating your unwanted car, truck, SUV, or van, running or not. We guarantee you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast free pickup, usually within 24 hours. Over 2,000 kids are reported missing every day. Call now to donate your vehicle. Donate now to bring these kids home safe.
Call 800-934-2260. 800-934-2260. 800-934-2260.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Book Report. Industry updates. We're going to start off in New England. We've been doing that an awful lot lately.
Well, it's a growing market.
Maine has launched their sports betting industry on Friday, November 3rd at 9 a.m.
Okay. And now, was this only online right now, or what's
The
going
entire
on?
industry launched, but
Okay.
only digital was available at the time.
Okay.
No word on when the retail locations will be open, but they will be open.
Okay.
The industry is up and running, the full industry. This marks the 36th state and one jurisdiction in the United States
Wow.
to have legalized launch sports betting, and the 27th jurisdiction in the U.S. to have online betting.
Nice. Okay.
And it's also the 5th state jurisdiction, whatever you want to call it, to launch this year.
Really? Okay. 5, huh?
Yes.
Wow.
You want to take a shot? Remember, I said jurisdiction as well as state.
Oh, okay. So, the jurisdiction, let me get that out of the way. You're talking about Puerto Rico?
Yes.
Okay. Puerto Rico is the one jurisdiction. Now, I know Ohio. I know Massachusetts. I know Kentucky.
There you go.
Oh, that's it? That's it? I thought there was
Maine was the 5th.
Maine was the 5th. Okay.
Yep.
All right. I thought there was one more, but I wasn't
Nope.
counting Maine. Okay. Okay.
But right now, what we're talking about are 2 more coming by the end of the year. We've got Vermont at the end of the year.
Okay. Vermont is online only.
Right.
Right. Okay.
And also, we're looking at retail in Florida launching sometime in December, according to the release by Seminole Tribe, which we'll be talking about. In a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah. That's
Yes.
Florida's pretty close. So,
Yes.
Yeah. So.
But DraftKings announced their deal, as we talked about in the previous segment. At Friday, November 3rd, both DraftKings and Caesars started taking customers. They launched in their full-fledged glory in terms of
right.
launching 3 of the
Their
states.
app went live, I guess.
3 of the states' 4 tribes have a deal with Caesars, and they all launched at 9 a.m.
So right now, as we speak, and I'm sure probably after we record this, it's
Yes.
the more Caesars and DraftKings right now.
Caesars and DraftKings only.
Okay.
Yep,
That-
and
that-
digital only.
They were digital only.
Yes.
Caesars and
There was a report that the retail locations are close to launching. They're talking December, January.
which, by the way,
Could
is
be sooner.
Very close.
Could be sooner.
So just a couple
Yep.
weeks.
But they were actually redesigning themselves to accommodate more customers.
Okay.
So smart moves.
Yes.
I'd rather see online launch for a state than retail if they actually need to redo the retail. Don't open temporary ones and get
Yeah.
bad experiences
Sure.
sometimes.
Sure.
And like we just talked about down in Florida, the Seminole Tribe of Florida announced plans to move forward with expanding casino games based upon the new compact that they signed with the state. Seminole Tribe and Seminole Hard Rock plan to celebrate a new era in Florida gaming, according to the press release.
Okay.
With star-studded celebrations in December for the launch of craps, roulette, and retail sports betting at all 6 Seminole casinos.
All right.
Craps, roulette, and sports betting will launch to the public on December 7th at all 3 Seminole casinos in South Florida. That's the Seminole Hard Rock Hollywood, Seminole Classic Casino in Hollywood, and the Seminole Casino Coconut Creek.
Okay.
Friday, December 8th, the new games will launch at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa. And then December 11th, the new games will launch at Seminole Casino Immokalee near Naples, Florida, and Seminole Brighton Casino on the northwest side of Lake Okeechobee. Okeechobee.
Yeah.
So it's just retail sports betting. No word on what's going on with the online side. That's what everyone was missing for a little bit. The case with regards to the sports betting compact that's moving through all these different court systems was just for online sports betting.
Yeah.
So retail could have launched a while ago.
So yeah,
I think everyone wanted to wait
a
little bit. But and also the reason they're looking at this date to launch the retail sports betting at Hard Rock Stadium is the Dolphins.
Yes. Yeah.
So they're going to be launching with a Dolphins game at Hard Rock Stadium.
Okay, great.
That was actually good planning on their part.
Yep.
ESPN Bet has now announced their launch date, November 14th. By the time this airs, they may have. I'm looking at the dates here. It's going to be the day after this airs.
Okay.
So they will be launching November 14th across 17 states. Hopefully Massachusetts has their act together and allowed them to launch in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
We've got ESPN Sports Center's anchors Scott Van Pelt. L. Duncan will be the faces of the advertising campaign.
Okay.
And also ESPN Bet, starting November 1st, had been the exclusive odds supplier for the ESPN network.
Okay.
The reason they're launching now is they're going to take advantage of the Thanksgiving sports calendar.
Sure.
So it makes sense.
That's a
timing
good time because there's always great games on the weekend, like following Thanksgiving Day.
It's also Chiefs Eagles on Monday Night Football.
Ooh, okay.
So that you're going to see ESPN Bet odds all over the place for that Monday Night Football game.
Okay.
Penn's Barstool Sportsbook is just being rebranded to be ESPN Bet. What they're talking about is as soon as it launches, Barstool Sportsbook customers will get a notice to just download the ESPN Bet, and all their information will roll over into the app.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, when certain sports books change ownership in New Jersey, I looked at my phone and the icon just changed.
Yes.
I didn't have to do anything. So it's interesting that you have to actually physically download something again.
Well, you got to remember, this is a different stack.
Yeah.
And it's still the same company, Penn Entertainment. It's just a new, I don't want to call it a skin, but it's really a new platform that they're putting on. So that's why.
Okay.
Over in Nevada, we have Circa Sports taking over the race and sportsbook at Silverton Casino on January 1st. It is currently a William Hill book.
Okay.
But it's being remodeled, reopened in time for March Madness, the new permanent book that's going to be run by Circa.
Great.
So Circa is expanding in Nevada, not just nationally, too.
Great.
Betway. Betway withdrew its bid for an online sports betting license in Illinois. It would have been the only online-only license granted by the state. That has still not been given out.
Interesting.
Yes. And last story for the industry updates, Borgata Casino, the online casino in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. They have launched the Borgata Arcade.
Okay, I got to check that out.
Yes.
So what is the Borgata
It's a
Arcade?
tab in the online casino that features games like Space Invaders, Monopoly, the old style games that are going to be part of all that.
Great.
Yeah, it's available in New Jersey only right now. Plans are underway to maybe expand it to Pennsylvania.
So is this real money? I can actually...
It's real money.
Wow.
Yes.
I can actually... Space Invaders for real money.
Well, the Space Invaders slot style game.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just took all the games that are arcade based and moved them into the Borgata Arcade.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
That's it for the industry updates. Let's finish up with our legislative roundup. This week, Prize Picks has told its customers in Michigan that it will be leaving the state on November 10th. It's already left by the time this airs.
Yep.
So that's because of the change in the DFS regulations.
Yeah, they were one of the prop style daily fantasy, which is running into some tough times in certain states out there. So,
well, we're adding 2 more to the list.
Okay,
we have
all
Mississippi and Arizona are
right.
now dealing with the situation with the prop style betting. Mississippi Gaming Commission confirmed that Executive Director Jay McDaniel sent a letter to all fantasy operators in the state clarifying the rules. And it's basically saying those prop style bets run afoul of the regulations in the state.
I guess their feeling is it's more like a sports book than a daily fantasy site. Is that
exactly,
okay.
which is what the letter basically explained. It's more sports betting than it is fantasy. Do something about it. That's basically what they were saying.
Okay.
The Arizona Department of Gaming confirmed it also sent guidance letters out to the daily fantasy sports operators in the state. Again, same thing. The department does not believe the games are compliant with regulations. They're more in line with the sports betting aspect of the industry, more so than the daily fantasy sports industry. So please, again, stop what you're doing, or we're either going to fine you, or you got to apply for sports betting. Mm-hmm. Now, a question in Arizona is raised by a couple of the operators who had actually when they got their license for daily fantasy sports, had told the Department of Gaming in that state that they were going to be doing these types of games, and they got approved.
Okay.
So no comments on either side anymore about what's going on, but they will, some of these operators will stay operational within the state until this is all clarified.
Yeah. I mean, I think this thing is a whole mess.
Yes.
I mean,
and it's getting worse.
I mean, the state let these operators operate, and now they're changing course. So
yes.
I don't know what's going to happen with I'm curious about litigation, and
there's going to be some sort of litigation coming up at some point. Over in Oklahoma, we have Governor Kevin Stitt now supporting sports betting in the state.
Oh, okay. He didn't before?
He had some reservations. Okay. And I'm not talking Native American reservations.
Okay.
I'm talking,
right.
He just had some thoughts. And he wants sports betting, but he's got certain terms and conditions he wants, and he announced these recently. He wants to see bets taxed at 15% retail and 20% online.
Okay.
That's kind of industry standards right now. Just about, maybe a little high on the retail side, but and in-person wagering, retail event wagering, whatever you want to call it, has to be conducted by federally recognized Native American tribes pursuant to a tribal compact with the state.
Okay, that's
Yep.
These so far they're okay. They're okay demands, and
bets, online bets, digital bets, whatever you want to call those, has to be can be placed anywhere in the state on legally state licensed companies. Operators.
Okay.
Again, fine.
Perfectly reasonable.
Bets on college athletes, individual performance, and other prop bets will not be allowed.
That's, standard in a lot of states,
Bets on the performance of coaches. I don't know where that came from.
There are awards, Coach of the Year kind of thing, and if that's what he's talking about.
How about referees?
Wait, say that one more time.
The line he said, bets on the performances of coaches, referees, and player injuries at any level would also not be allowed. I understand the injuries. I understand the coaches.
Okay. All right.
I don't know about the referees.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that one
perfectly
before.
reasonable right now. So I'm fine with what he's asking.
He's getting pushback
from who?
The Native American tribes and a whole bunch of other
Okay.
Senators who do not want it.
Do not want
sports betting. Yes.
Oh,
so
okay. Well, then he was going to get pushed back anyway.
Yeah, he was
going to.
These are reasonable terms.
Okay, he was going to get pushed back. Anyway.
Unless there's something else in his releases that he didn't put out in the public.
I think this is going to be all played out. I think we're going to hear everyone's position as this process moves along. So.
This is another political football in Oklahoma. So it's going to be fun to watch this one play out because I don't see anything unreasonable in what he said.
Well, like I said,
maybe the tax rate,
like I said.
And also maybe the online operators not having to do a partnership with Native American tribes. Maybe also the fact that it's not just tribal only.
Okay,
like Florida.
We'll see. We'll see how this works out. We'll see how everyone stands in this process.
Yes.
So it should be an interesting. That's why we're seeing how the sausage is made right now. So
that's it for this week's Turnpike Sports Book Report. Press releases, info at turnpikesportsradio.com. Keep them coming in. If you've been following us along on TV, you'll see the ticker there with news stories we didn't have a chance to cover in this half hour. And as always, after the show is released Monday morning, there will be a full print version with these stories, the ticker stories, and other stories that we didn't have a chance to cover in either of those aspects of the show in a full print version on our blog, turnpikesports.us. Click on the blog button, and you will see the full print version there.
And that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.